Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good wherever you are. Good now. Welcome. So today's Dharma talk, as you've seen, the title out there is Mondo Zen and the Art of Dharma Combat. And just to set a little bit of context about Dharma Combat, and as you may know, historically, for many, many hundreds of years, if not thousands, um, it was traditional that new roshis or roshis without a monastery or whatever would go out and about and go to different monasteries and challenge the abbot, challenge the roshi at that monastery to Dharma combat and sit down and have it out with them, to try and show that their insight was deeper than the one running the monastery, and in an attempt to take over the monastery and cast out the current abbot. And they would sit and they'd have it out, and the monks would listen and decide. And if the challenger actually had, in their judgment, deeper insight, they wanted a better teacher, so to speak, and so they would cast out the old abbot and bring in the new one. And so what brings us here to this in modern day, in ours, is that we've recently experienced something, but it's on the priest listserv for Hollow Bones. So there are probably a number of folks on this call who didn't see the thread, perhaps, of communication that occurred. And there were a few priests and another Dharma heir that tossed a few, threw down the gauntlet, so to speak, in our listserv. And without going into all the details about that, it's more that it was essentially almost as if Dharma Combat came to us in our priest forum. And it's a forum where we can put out discussions, ask questions, and inquire and attempt to deepen our insight, share questions, and so forth. And in response to one relatively, simple inquiry that was made, we received some stuff back at us like, clear deep heart mind doesn't exist. It's no longer useful, time to let it go. Ouch, the gauntlet's thrown down. And a lot of statements like, you're sloppy, you have no rigor. This tradition, we probably have the most lax set of standards for becoming a priest of any religious order in the world. Statements like this. And responses of a whole wide variety of nature. So Dharma Combat's underway, wanted or not. The gauntlet's been picked up as soon as we respond. And a lot of what I also heard outside of the forum were people who were very uncomfortable with this, or were questioning the appropriateness of what was occurring in this forum, and didn't care for the tone of it, and lots of different objections. And if you didn't see it, you can just imagine a forum online, any type of a social media environment, where all of a sudden there's some almost like flaming going on, a lot of hand grenades being thrown and so forth. And I heard people considering unsubscribing from the list, questioning whether or not the people who were throwing this in should be, and just so you know, it was priests and a Dharma heir from the integral Zen community. So it was our cousins, so to speak. This would be, because I'm not trying to hide. I'm not going to specifically be naming names. That's not of particular interest. But it was the integral Zen community. It has a lot of challenges about hollow bones and about how we conduct ourselves. So it's also a squabble among cousins. These are our very close cousins, shall we say. And so in any case, should we kick them off of the forum? Lots of different questions, legitimate questions. And in the midst of it all, I was just saying to myself, God, this really feels like a Dharma talk. Hopefully there's one in here somewhere. So what I'd like to suggest is that the Mondo Zen process itself is our very suit of armor for this combat. Koan by koan, let's put our suit of armor on or take it off. So my first question, the first koan is, can you read this thread? Can you read these emails with no opinion or deeper than your opinions? Not denying the opinions, not pushing them away. I found them arising quite of their own. And the question was, can I also remain grounded in deeper than the opinions that were arising? Can you? Yes. And when I was really listening and reading these emails deeper than my thoughts and emotions and opinions that were also arising, where did I find myself? And I was like, right here. And there was all kinds of other stuff. And yeah. My heart, I could feel it in my heart. And so begs the question, with all the contractions and opinions, who? Who am I? Who are you? Who were we in that thread, that communication, when we were truly, deeply listening? Who? Who's putting on this armor? Who is there to defend? Not knowing. And yet, but wait, who am I? I've got a few things to say. That's inaccurate what they just said. Who am I? What? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I am. I don't know who's engaged in this combat. And who am I? Not knowing. And knowing, I know what I should say. I'm going to say, but not knowing. And so what's it like? What's it like engaged in Dharma combat with our close cousins from here? Vast. Is it vast enough for our cousins? Timeless, empty, fearless. Festive spa, right? Right here, right now, in the midst of combat. Show them who we are. Who are you? Show me. Oh no, I just insulted and tackled. Show me. Let them call to you. Let them call you out. You're sloppy. Abaya, who are you? Show me. Reishin. Kevala. Show me who you are. Your name has been called. Hollow bones. Show me who you are. Will you fall for the trap, or will you show me who you are? Does this clear, deep heart mind that doesn't exist, is no longer useful, and it's time to let it go, come and go? Oh no, I have to get rid of it now. Does it come and go? Is it ours to come and go, to have or discard? No, this does not come and go. Oh, you hollow bones people, you think this is a state of being. Is it a state? Does it come and go? If it doesn't come and go, can't come and go, what kind of a state is this? No state, no coming, no going. So then, in the midst of the combat, what must you do to bring this clear, deep heart mind forward at any point in time? What must you do? Remember, yes, and choose. But, oh yeah, remember and choose. And when you recognize this depth, this not coming or going, always here, and your choice, remembering and choosing, how do you feel? Joy arises for me. I've heard a number of descriptions of feelings, but it's usually one of pretty much, which makes me think of Rumi's guest house. And just as part of it, the dark thought, the shame, the malice, right? The attack, the sloppiness, the lack of rigor, the insult. Meet them at the door laughing. Invite them in. Come, come. Come, integral. Thank you. They might be clearing you out. They might be clearing you out to deepen your own practice, to deepen your own insight. With any luck, we can pour them a cup of tea too and help them deepen their own practice and their own insight. We can offer that gift right back. None of our business whether they'll drink the tea or take it. Our business is, what do we learn? What do we take in? So this suit of armor, have we put on a suit of armor for Dharma combat, or have we realized there's no one inside the suit, no one to protect? Right? Perceived insult. I don't remember if that's still in the current version of the Mondo Zen manual or not, but I love that line, in the face of perceived insult. Oh, they've wronged me. So this is a perfect teaching point, that we're prepared for Dharma combat at any moment in time. Run through the koans. And then it brings us, of course, to the real gem that Junpo puts into it. Okay, now what are you going to do? What about the emotional koan? Can anybody make you respond with anger or violence or disconnection? I'm going to unsubscribe from the list. I don't want to hear this. Is anybody making you do that? Oh, it's an opportunity to practice. What a gift. Just like the old story with the Buddha, where he walks into the town with his disciples and a man comes running up and spits in his face, right? And he just walks on. After a while at lunch or something, one of his disciples finally can't hold his tongue anymore. And he says, Buddha, how that you didn't even react. There was nothing. The man spit in your face. How? He says, if a man leaves a gift on your doorstep and you don't take it in, whose gift is it? So all of this stuff that was thrown, a bucket of manure dumped into our thread online. If you don't pick it up, you don't step in it, well, whose gift is it? And I suggest that we take a look and maybe even consider there might be some real gems in there. Some real gifts. Pick the stuff up that you want. What serves me? They did say some really incredible things. They pointed out, don't forget the depth of what honed the gem, the diamond of Junpo, from the lump of coal that he started as. Rigorous practice, years and years and years at the monastery, penetrating the mystery. The work Junpo did. And then he transmits it so beautifully. And we catch fire and we drink it in. I want that. I want that. I want what Junpo's got. And he shares it so freely, I think sometimes we forget just how much work we might need to do to really hone our own diamond. So I encourage us to remember and take in these gifts. Don't turn away. Don't be so easily offended when somebody challenges us. Are we defending something? If so, that might be a reason to look and consider. What do I need to look at here? Maybe I am sloppy. Maybe I'm not rigorous enough. Thank you, Integral Zen. Thank you, cousins, for holding that mirror up for me to look at. Might I hold a mirror for you to look at? Why? We all care deeply. And it's about helping each other deepen our own insights. And coming together. There are 3 refuges, right? If somebody is really attacked or insulted, there were some people who had bullseyes on them. Well, we don't shut off the communication thread. That's when Sangha should come and remind the person, give them comfort, but give them sincere, genuine comfort, not idiot comfort. Remind them of the Dharma, remind them of who they are. Give them this refuge of Sangha. And then step back in. And then take this practice and take it out into the world right now, all of this coronavirus, everything we're facing now more than ever, don't turn away. Lean in. Remember who you are. Show up.